I feel I'm better at making showpieces in the kitchen. It's more my style, and building stuff out of chocolate, and it's a little bit more easier than the other stuff in the kitchen. Because it's more like it's not stressful. It's not how they're running around the kitchen. You just sit there and you do like big showpieces and like make stuff out of chocolate and pastillage and stuff. Yeah, I don't do stress very well. Like I'm a little bit more calmer. I can like maybe a few people in the kitchen. It's not so hectic and like people running around, and where it's like a little more quieter and you can work better in the kitchen. Because if somebody tells you to do something, you don't do it right, and you have to communicate back to that person that, hey, I didn't do that right, or I need this done or that done right. And if that's not done right, then it makes the whole entire kitchen mess up. Because in the kitchen, when somebody tells me to do something, I do it right, and I can tell somebody else to do something and they do it right. Probably be a lot more, not a lot of people working there, probably be a lot more calmer, smaller environment where it's not so hectic and they can take their time. And I guess because I want my restaurant and everything to be done right, and food or whatever I'm making to be out the door nice but fast, and not so like there's a lot of people working in a restaurant and it could be a mess up thing. People can mess up on a lot of stuff and it won't be done right, and a lot of orders brought back, and this was less people and more time to work on the food and stuff. It's more easier to do because it shows what the people can do. If somebody can't do it right or do it to perfection, then it shows that they're not that great. And the other people that's ordering the food, or whoever they're making the food for or cakes for, they might go somewhere else because don't think that person ain't really that great or that restaurant ain't that great. And because I like my work, I've been doing it for years, and I went to school for it, and it's just something I like to do. And when I came here, I didn't know anything about cooking or anything about baking. Never did it before, but I just seen videos on Food Network and I always dreamed of doing it sometime in my lifetime, and I figured the only way to start is to go to school. And I think coming to AI, where they would help me do all that. And since I've came here, they showed me everything about baking and everything, and now I do a really good job than before I came here. Getting one-on-one with the chefs, this school is more one-on-one with the chefs, and they can show you how to do stuff better and like take your time and not like have to be in like a big classroom where you have like one chef showing like 80 people how to do something. At least it's like one chef showing 20 people how to do something, and it's a lot more easier than that. I think I was 5 because I was like 5 or 6. It was the first time I ever saw Emerill on TV, and I used to every day when I come home from school. Every day when I come home from school, I look forward to turning on the show, our Food Network, and watching him. And then ever since I seen him, and I've watched him growing up all the way through high school, and then I said, hey, I want to do this. So when I graduated high school, I was like, I got to take a step in doing this, but it took me about 7 years to finally find the school and finally get the courage to actually do it. And I finally went to AI and did it.
Okay, to make Emerill proud, can you give us a little BAM?
BAM.
Bring a little BAM, put a little soul into it.
BAM! Every day people's got to eat, and they will pick some restaurant or some bakery to go, and if you do really good at it and it's really good, then they'll pick your restaurant or your bakery, and they'll go to you, and you can show off your art. Like if somebody's really good at like drawing, they can draw on a cake or whatever they want to, they can draw or whatever they want to do with the cake, like make sculptures out of cakes and stuff like that. And it's because when you draw, it's all edible. Like you can express how you are and how you feel in art, and you can also, if people can actually eat it. It's definitely a business because you have to make money. If you go to school, you're going to school, and when you graduate, you're looking to hopefully get a job in your field, and you want to be able to make money. So I'm gonna have to say it's a business, definitely. Making cakes, because you can do wedding cakes, baby showers, birthdays, any kind of occasion. You can make the cake and you can make money off that. And sometimes some things can be an art. Like it can be an art, because if you make a cake, it can actually be considered art because it looks pretty. When you're done, it's like pretty. Some people, like if you go to a wedding and you see this big 3-tier cake, it looks really pretty and you don't want to actually eat it, but it's for the wedding. So because it's so fun to come into the kitchen and like, if one day you have to make a cake, then you can take your pride in just making the cake and how they want it, and you can make the cake and if they like it, say you like it, and it's just a lot of fun to come into the kitchen and just work.
Okay, give me one more bam before we're done.
Bam!
That's a wrap.